Um, just just this very simple meditation practice, and like you can begin by just feeling your breath for a couple of breaths. I really mean you feel your breath. It's not you're watching your breath. You feel it. You actually have to feel it. And when you've done that for 1, 2, 3 breaths, something like that, then you just let go. So what do I mean when I say let go? I wish I could communicate it properly. The example that's given in the teachings is of a bundle of sticks tied with a string, and the string is cut, and then the sticks just fall where they will. So that's what it means when it says let go. Doesn't last very long. That's not important. Okay? After a while, you use the method again, and you cut the string again. Okay? So let's just try that. Really deeply, just letting go. You don't try to have to stay somewhere. Just open. Okay, Cecily, over to you.
That's great. Thank you. So we're just going to look behind what's going on, looking at mind, and feel our way. Like feeling is uppermost here because we're looking at our experience and experiencing what's happening. And I will send some quotes that we were chatting about, myself and Irene and Laura and Chris the other day, and they were very inspiring. So I'm going to send those on to you at the end, okay? So we start off with feelings are not harmful in themselves. Is this true? Now, you can feel something unpleasant. And the thing is here, you're not trying to change it. The feeling itself is not harmful in itself. And we're not saying that it's going to be pleasant or that it's not going to be unpleasant. So the next thing to kind of bear in mind, it's not the feelings that are a problem. It's how we react to it. Now, the same is true of events. Or, as Martin said, it's not the rising that's a problem. It's how we react to it. Now, an event or a rising for me can even be someone else's reaction. You know, someone reacts to how I am. That's like an event, and I react to that. So an event can be inside yourself, like a rising, or it can be something happening outside and how we react. So things appearing or feelings, it's not the event or the feeling in itself. It's how we react to it. Now, another thing to consider is this is all happening, like any activity that comes, it's from mind. Do you think that's true? Mingyur Rinpoche said, mind begins, then action comes. And he's referring to action being behavior or anything like that. And you're kind of finding out how your minds are, you know? And something that's occurring to me more and more is I can get it wrong. You know, it's like a construct, something imagined, made up, or whatever, and we can get it wrong. We don't necessarily have all the facts. But we can take it easy. And if our mind happens to be agitated, we can just feel for a few breaths and then let go, like a bundle of sticks. Just drop. Martin said that it's not the rising that defines you, but your reaction to it. I see the term defining us as kind of limiting me, narrowing my perspective. Could be my field of vision, how I see myself, my capabilities. And Tilopa, a renowned master, said to his student Naropa, "Son, it's not the appearances that bind you, but you're grasping onto them." So it's not what comes up, what appears, that binds us, but our reaction to them. Now, I want to revisit the advice that I received, which was meant for me that I probably didn't have to react. And when I tried that, not reacting, I think it's very useful to look at the experience of not reacting, what was going on at the time for me. Like, don't get me wrong, my not reacting didn't mean the events didn't happen. The events had happened. The person had already undermined me. This is what I was afraid of, the same pattern. And when the person undermined me or dismissed what I was saying or whatever, I still felt hurt. Now, this is interesting. There's like layers of feelings. And I kind of felt hurt. Oh, this is the same thing again. Here we go again. But the interesting thing was when I didn't play out that hurt, okay, I could see after another little bit that the other person had relaxed. And this was something new. So in my not reacting, the other person relaxed. It was very much what Nushri Khan Rinpoche said with his two fists clashing. If this is a problem, remove it. So when I removed my reactivity, the other person just relaxed. Quite a space opened up. And even in that moment, you can just drop, like dropping a bunch of sticks, cutting the string, let a bunch of sticks drop away. And if you find your mind being agitated again, just a few breaths, maybe 3. Feel the breath. And then let go. One thing I wanted to point out here is that in feeling your reaction or noticing your reaction, how you feel, it can be quite complex. Lots of other things can crop in. But again, you can just drop, just feel and then drop. And key, I think, was that in not reacting, a space opened up. When I didn't react, and you still noticed your feeling, I still felt hurt. But that feeling was kind of predominant. I was kind of involved in it. And it took me a couple of instances to notice that the space had opened up. So here, we're learning to trust the space. Allow. There's nothing in particular going on, nothing in particular to do. When there's a space, or at any time, how do you feel? Have a look. As Martin also said, when they say no I, it doesn't mean that you're dead. You know, the kind of me that comes in, I'm hurt. But when that drops away, you're still there. But there's not the kind of obnoxiousness of it. And again, if you're considering these things and your mind gets agitated again, just feel a few breaths. And let go. A couple of things I should add as well is that when we're talking about that you don't have to react, doesn't mean suppressing something. You're not suppressing, you're not trying to keep a lid on something. You're feeling, your experiencing of what you're feeling is still continuing, but you're not trying to keep it quiet or suppress it in any way. At the same time, you're not kind of exploding outwardly, adding more mess. So in everyday situations, you can remember this kind of thing. It can be quite a help. I find it can be quite a help. We found some really good quotes, as I was saying, and I'm going to be sending those on with my notes as well when we send on the recording as well. We send a lot to you. And if you could join in with your small groups, please, and be contemplating and reflecting on your experience. Is it true that feelings are not harmful in themselves? And what happens when we don't react? What are the implications for you? So we've 20 minutes to chat together. If you can go into your smaller groups now, please, and thank you very much.